Hey guys, how's it going? It is November, what are we today? The 30th of November. Yesterday was, Monday was very slow. There were a few alerts that came in, but I was asleep when they came in. So when I woke up, I did do some breakdowns. I haven't posted those yet, so I will post them. I'll post those breakdowns maybe today. But there was an alert that came through, I think, very late last night. It was for Bitcoin USD. Now, I don't normally trade Bitcoin USD, but I thought let's just have a look. Let's just see how it goes. You know, I will do exactly my same trading rules with this alert and see how it goes. So just follow me over to the trading view window. Let's go, guys. Okay, so let's just mark up Anne's order block, which was this one over here. This was a 4-hour OB. Okay, so what would we normally do now? We would now go, what I like to do is I like to go to the daily time frame. I can see that we are generally pushing down, right? So a sell is not a bad thing to do here. We are creating those lower lows on a daily. And this is also, we are also now within a daily OB as well. So what I'll do is I'll go to the line chart. I'll just have a quick look. Is there any structure we can, any support or resistance? I'm gonna mark that up over there. Sorry, mark that up over there. That's the red. We got further up. There is that over there. Okay. Those are the areas we're kind of looking at. Let's see if we get anywhere close to those. Now, these support resistance lines I draw are just confluence. They are not, you know, they're not going to keep me in or out of trade. I mean, it just is, it makes me more confident with the trade if I'm around those areas. And that's it. You know, it's just something extra I like to look at. All right, so let's go back to the 4-hour. We'll start dropping down to a lower time frame. Let's mark up the 1 hour, which again is to the top. So I like this. You see how this is now forming over and around this support and resistance line. So I like to see that, you know, I do like to see that. So this is our 1 hour. So now what I want to do is I want to start looking for some imbalance. Go to the 15-minute. Go back. Is there any imbalance over here? So I like to just use the started line to kind of, no, I don't see any imbalance there. I'm looking for imbalance in and around this area, right? That's kind of what I'm looking for. So if we drop down to the 5-minute, see if we can find any imbalance over here again. Okay, so tapped. Right here, so this exactly, yeah, so perfect. Look at the imbalance, it's actually on this line. So starts there and goes to about there, right? That's perfect. I found an imbalance. I will now wait until price comes to this area. And look at that. That is exactly what you want to see. Look how price comes up. There's a big push up, it taps, and then it comes back down. And this big wick here is also a sign that price, you know, might be reversing. There's a lot of pressure from the sellers here. So I like to see that it's tapped. Now I will start looking for break of structure. That one kind of breaks, so you could take that, but maybe I would look further down at 3-minute just to see how that break looks. Yeah, and that looks much better on this one. So basically, if you are looking at this right here, from there to there, that is a clear break of structure right there, right? So clear break of structure right there. So what I'll be looking at is this order block right here, which is the 3-minute order block. That's my 3 minute, and I would wait for price to come back. And now what I would do is I would, because it's 3 minutes, it's quite small, I would look at entering off 25% of that order block. So we were tapped in over there. My stop would probably be that previous wick over there. So just about there. And now what we're looking for is, we're looking for, according to my my management rules, I look for a 1-to-1. So I'm just going to remove that. We know there was a break of structure. So let me just put how I would have managed this trade. So this would have been a close 50%, right there, close 50%, and then we would have looked at 5R to close the rest, right? So about over there. So let's just call that right over there. We would have now closed out 100, and the reason I have that as green and that as red, this is red because we're still in the trade, this is green because we are done. We have hit our 3R. So that was a nice little trade. I've not traded Bitcoin, but I mean, if that's how it goes, maybe I should start looking at it. The thing with Bitcoin, I'm not sure on the spreads. I've never traded, so I don't know if going down to a 3 minute is even possible, but just purely based on my set of rules and the order block strategy that I am using, that was a nice little trade. And actually, sheesh, if you were looking for more than a 1-to-5, and if you wanted to follow this all the way down, I mean, this hit 1-to-10. In fact, this actually is still running now, and it's at a past a 1-to-15. So I mean, you could have run with that. For me, I'm very strict on my rules. I close at a 5R, which will give me a 3R on that whole order. Because if I close 50% at 1R, that is just a 0.5, and then 5 with a 50% at 5 is 2.5. So 2.5 plus the 0.5 is 3R. And that's my target, my daily target. Okay, you know, I get 3R for the day, I'm done. I only trade 3 trades in a day. And so basically, one thing also to note with my trading style, right? So if I close 50% and then it comes back and stops me out, I don't count that as a win or a loss. So if I have 4 of these, you know, I don't count that as like all my trades for the day. I only count wins and losses. A loss will be, it doesn't tap my 1-to-1 and stops me out. That is a loss. A win is only when it hits my 5R. And that's how I trade it, guys. So, I mean, and again, it just shows the importance of marking out these imbalance areas, you know. Mark these imbalance areas and then wait for price to go to these imbalance areas within your area, within your OB. So this is within the 4-hour OB. It's within the 1-hour OB, right? So everything is kind of tightening in and getting to a point where you know, okay, there's a very high probability that price is going to turn here. And it did, you know. That wick was also a telltale sign that it's going to turn. And it was just a nice little trade, a very nice little trade. If I tried to take 50% of that OB, I probably wouldn't have got tapped in. If I took 100%, I would have got tapped in. I kind of try to stick to the 25% for the most part. Sometimes if it's a higher time frame, I'll go for 50%. If it's a bigger candle, I'll go for 50%. Based on the body and the wick, you know, every situation is different. But I would say 80% of the time I will take 25% of the order block. That's where I'll place my order. Anyway, guys, that right there was a pretty cool little trade off of this alert. So if you guys are interested in joining up with starseed and Anne's alert. This is how I trade. You know, I can mark up my own OBs if I wanted to, but I just don't have the time. So for me, this works really well. I get an alert from Anne, I mark up my chart, and I just wait for the perfect time for me to trade. And this is basically this is my strategy, and it's going well. I'm hoping to keep doing this week. I don't have much longer on my trial at the moment. This is my second trial. It's my third trial. The second trial I was doing a lot of testing, so I didn't really count that as one of my trials. So the first trial I passed when I was doing specifically this and fine-tuning this really. The second trial I did, I was actually playing around with some things, some position sizes, and I ended up not passing it just because I wasn't taking it seriously. I've now started the third one, and I have kind of purposefully taken some losses. On the first few days, tried to go down, tried to take some losses because I want to see if I can come back from being under. There's so many times when I take these challenges, I start off with a few losses, and that just, you know, it just gets to my head, and it's always been my problem. So now what I'm doing is I am gonna trade from below, from under, from not being in a good position. I'm currently, I think, about 1% under. I think I've got about maybe 6 days to go, so I want to see if I can, at the worst case, get the free retake, or what would be the free retake of the challenge. But we're going to push for the win. I'm hoping today is better. I hope we have a few more alerts, and if we do, I will post that for you guys. So let's see how it goes. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Cheers for now. Bye.